Welcome back, everybody, to the Block Room. Today we are continuing our Planet Coaster extravaganza majiggy thing at this Golden Bridge Park. For those of you who don't know, this park is indeed called Golden Bridge, but there isn't a Golden Bridge yet, so it's kind of misleading. Anyway, for those of you who are regulars with this series, and damn right you should be if you haven't, be sure to turn notifications on and subscribe to this channel so you get updated when these things come out. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, I strongly recommend myself you go watch them. We built this monstrosity. Look at this. It goes round and around and around and around. It goes, indeed. And then it goes up, and it drops, and then you go round and then you kind of do a thing. I tried to make it look kind of realistic to real-life roller coasters, because when you see real-life roller coasters, because they don't usually, most roller coasters, so obviously there's some exceptions, you know, there's some out there. Most roller coasters tend to, you know, not be built over a huge, massive expanse and area. So they tend to have to, like, loop over each other, or, like, you know, loop round, like, over here. Or, you know, keep into, like, this kind of a thing, so they take up as little space as possible. Because, obviously, the less space you take up, the less money you're really spending. So the point is, ladies and gentlemen, we put ourselves a relatively realistic roller coaster right here. As you can see, the people are flooding. We are making bank. We are profiting off this. What's our finances like? I say so, that's pretty well. We do! And his workload is low, so he has literally no excuse. Oh, no! What are you doing, mate? No working. I get paid so much. Don't anymore, mate. What are you going to do about that geezer? Come on, get over there. Actually, no, I'm gonna upgrade him a little bit, and we're going to put a bit more into his pay, but not too much so that he gets too comfortable like he did just then. We don't want him like that. We want to keep him active. We want him to go, you know what? I look at that. That needs repairing. It's smoking. It's not meant to be smoking. Only Big Smoke is meant to be smoking. Okay, so one thing we do badly need to do over here is add some scenery, buildings, and decorations. For those of you who don't know, you can't just have a boring roller coaster, okay? Although sometimes it's a lot easier and it's a lot more cost effective. Financially, our finance department will be saying, yes, let's not build anywhere near it because it's cheaper. I think our marketing people will say, and I'm much more of a marketing man, you know what, let's get some nice attractive things in here. Let's spruce it up. Let's give people a reason they want to ride this. You know, it could be any roller coaster. This could be Smiler. Why do people want to ride Smiler? Because of certain things that I don't know about. Okay, right, let's just build. Okay, so we decided that we're gonna shop a little fire school here. Now, I didn't make this. I'll be honest, I can't take all the credit. As you probably saw in that little fast time lapse, it was very quick for you. I built it that quickly, it just appeared out of the blueprint section. Whoa. No, I downloaded this one off the Steam Workshop. It's very nice. It's got flames for eyes, and it actually reminds me of the film Thor Ragnarok. If you haven't seen that, it's in cinemas. I'm not being paid to say that. It was actually quite a good film. But there's kind of a dude with flames there. That probably gives away some kind of a spoiler. I'm sorry. Oh well. Anyway, we have a flamey dude. What else can we do? Again, we got a flamey dude. Like, what other parks have that? Like, you can go to Alton Towers, you don't see a flamey dude. That's what they're missing. God. Okay, so we decorated that lovely ride. Now let's have a little bit of a look. Now it's a little bit of a mishmash. I'll be honest, there's not exactly a particular theme with some of these. It's just more, you know what, that looks cool, we'll slap that in. You know what, while we're here, we'll also do that. And then we kind of figure out a little bit of a theme. It's a little bit of a, more of a western-y kind of weird aliens versus cowboys kind of thing going on. But I can't complain, you know, guests are liking it, it's selling tickets, and at the end of the day, I think this little fella right here, this gentleman, look at him, oh, John, look, oh, can't get any better than this, look, oh, it's high noon. We do need to do a few more things for the park, however, though, in order to know what you do, okay, in order to know what you're doing in any business, you need a bit of an insight, you know, you need some kind of an analytics. Apparently there's two things they want to do. I want to do something fun. I don't want to shop at Hats Fantastic right now. Well, I'm not too sure exactly how we can improve in that. I mean, we built a whole new roller coaster. Maybe that was before then. And the queue for Wild Blue. Oh, it's just changed. Looney Tunes one. The queue was full. Right. The queue for this was full. Now, one thing we could do, which I'm strongly thinking about doing, is a bit of research, okay? So we just unlocked the ATM, thankfully. Oh yeah, we got an ATM at the moment. But one thing I really do think we need is an info kiosk. Because here we can capitalize on what our guests want, right? Our guests, okay, are complaining about long queues. And an information desk, we can sell priority passes. I think you know where we're going here. We're going to say, you know what? You don't want to wait in that queue? That's fine. We understand that. Now hand us over $50 and you can jump over there. Or else you're waiting in the queue. Now we'll just call this Wild Blue rather than Wild Blue 1. It looks a bit odd. Kickflip 1 looks odd. We'll call it Kickflip. And Looney Tunes 1 looks odd. If you have a name for any of these or anything you see in here apart from obviously American Harry because we've already named that. Be sure to leave it down below in the comments. And, potentially, depending on how many people comment, yours could be picked. So, there's a little incentive for you. Okay, for the minute, I can't quite think of an idea of what we can do for this. Actually, I've just come up with a bit of an idea. Let's give that a little bit of a go, a little bit of a builderino. And hopefully, it will look rather snazzy and fit in very well with our current theme of weird aliens versus cowboys western with a Ragnarok structure and a cowboy that tips his Stetson hat while some barrels explodes coming from nowhere. Right, okay, we've got a Donkey Kong theme.
On the water.
Okay, so we have built a little, I say little, it is a reasonable size. We've built a reasonably sized coaster station. And it kind of fits in well with our theme in a way. You know, it keeps up with the whole western kind of thing, going a bit wooden. But, you know, at the same time, it's not the usual thing which I tend to do with roller coaster terminals. Which is like this and actually make them out of walls and stuff. Which can get a little bit old sometimes, I'll be honest. Sometimes I've kind of gone through and I've been a bit like, you know what, I don't want some walls. You know, sometimes I want something like this, a little bit open. Sometimes like a genuine roller coaster entrance. As you've also probably seen, we have old two cowboys down here, two bandits, two banditos. We have him, he's currently sitting on his pole. And he's currently standing up against a tent looking like a right lad. We also here have a bit of a trough. Maybe I can fill it with some water, some apples, I don't know. And a bit of a old mooring rope so they can moor their horses to that, I don't know. And then they've also got their little cooking utensils around there. We've also got a few trees. They were here to begin with, though. You don't want to see that. You want to see this. This is the paddy wagon of the old 1800s. It's sitting out there ready to collect the banditos. I couldn't really find anything for the walls up here. So I thought, you know what? Let's just put another skull. You know, Wild West was full of skulls. And while I was at it, I also got cracking and thought, you know what? We'll put a bit of an oil well here. It will add a bit of an explanation, a bit of a story towards this whole oil barrel thing going on. And then obviously I also removed the tender and instead fit the locomotive on here because in my opinion it just looked weird without the locomotive. You can't have a train and then not have the actual locomotive to pull the train. And then we've also got a water tower here which also kind of adds as a nice little towering piece that like kind of spins around, which is almost nice that it orbits around it like that. We've just opened it up and hopefully people are arriving, which they are. The only thing we really need to do now with this little bit here is add some lights and add some music. So let's go ahead and go do that. Oh dear! Oh Jesus! Lord Jesus! Oh, I thought I just deleted the whole thing then for good. Oh, thank God. Oh. Just take a moment though to appreciate that nice blur. Oh, they're one of the very few people in games that actually like motion blur and that kind of stuff. I know quite a lot of people don't like it. I kind of do, not gonna lie. But there's one thing I'm gonna lie about. It's that I didn't think this had done. I knew it had done. Let's reveal it. We've got ourselves an information kiosk. That is gonna be vital. Okay, I promise you, it will be vital at one point or another. It will serve some sort of a big purpose for us. Now, I'm going to say that we're going to want another thrill ride. I don't know which one. We'll go for that. And we'll up the R&D spending to about $750 a month. How much are we actually making per month profit? About 500. Okay, yeah, so we can spare that. We'll finish that off and we'll go ahead. We'll have a little look at our guests overall. 44, 43, 13. You know what, we'll go ahead and we'll actually push for a few more teens. As I said, we don't really want tiny kids and anything like that, we just want teens. That'll do, that's good enough for us. And what do the guests have to say? Ew, I stepped in sick. I'm thirsty. Chief Beef looks busy. Cosmic Cow looks busy. I want to do something fun. Alright then. Okay, so guests are complaining about being thirsty. Now, we do already have a drink shop set up, so I don't really know what that's about. And I think that's really the only drink one we have. So, what we'll do next is we'll start to unlock the gulpy drinks. So, we'll get some kind of other types of drinks for people to try. While we're at it, we'll also place the information kiosk near the entrance so people get an idea. And, you know, they can go and buy when they say please, when they enter the park. There we go. And you know what, we'll go ahead and we'll spruce this up with a little bit of stuffing. Why not? Alrighty then, so we have exactly tuned up our info stand and it's getting a fair bit of business, I'd say. To be fair, we're doing alright. What I've actually also done within this little period of time I've been building this is hook the American Arrow up with a priority pass, meaning obviously it clears the ride whenever you go to do that, so I can't quite do them all at the same time because then I'll lose everybody and then they will get refunds and I'll probably die of debt and drown with minus liquidity or something. And then we've also added one over here to Wild Blue, and I kind of forgot to add one to this as I was opening up, so oh dear, let's go do that really quickly before it fills up even further. I was actually having a look as well while I was waiting at the park management. The statistics, oh that's width, I want length. And our most popular ride at the minute is the American Arrow, so that's very good. That shows they like the roller coasters quite a lot. As you can see, it's going pretty well. If I just total the profit, as you can see, it's starting to go up now quite a lot, which is nice. If we actually have a look at our cash flow, since that's really the vital part, you can see how it's starting to go into positive now, which is wonderful, wonderful. Rides and ticket sales have really just sky jumped. And as I said, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's to do with the whole marketing aspect. And we even spent more on construction and... oh, no, not on construction, sorry, on park management. We actually in a way, almost double our spending there. So the very fact that we've doubled our spending and we've nearly over doubled our profit, or at least that's what I remember looking at a graph. It might not have been. But the point is the profit's gone up, okay? The profit's gone up as much as we need it to, which is good. Which is good. Meh. It's good. What's good? Get on the ride. Come on. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why? Every 20 minutes. Right, every 10 minutes then. Fixes age-related issues that can cause wear and tear faster. Recent downtime, 6%. How much has it made? Lifetime profit, 12,000. You know what? I'll request a refurbishment to that. It draws in quite a lot of money. It's got quite a lot of money, and I feel like just by refurbishing it now, because it gets more expensive the more it goes on. If we catch it now and just try and keep it up, for God's sake, everything's breaking down, man. Alright, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to build ourselves a brand new ride. Yes, that's right. Psychola is coming to the park and is stepping up nicely. I would say we'll put it in there because that really fits it quite nicely. It really doesn't though. Because if we put it there, it just, you wouldn't have enough room for paths and everything. So instead we're going to put it here. We're going to put the entrance round about here-ish. Because if we kind of make them come on there, and make them come off like over here, and then connect the entrance round, what we can do, luckily, is we can try and hook it round for stars. We can turn down the length, because we don't want it to get too large. What we can do is build a relatively big path. But then, if people are coming off this ride here, they will then run into the entrance. And if they're coming off of Looney Tunes here, they'll run into it. Which is very useful, because then we get more people walking past, more people will want to get in. It's just how the world goes round, folks. That's just how it works. Here we go. And all should be good. Okay, there we go. Alright, there we go. Psychola is now open for business. It's green. I see right here on the path, it'll basically just allow people the chance for whatever ride they're coming off, they can easily get to it. Which is exactly what you want. You don't want to be putting people off because they're like, nah, I can't be bothered to walk over there. If you just chuck it in front of them, they're like, yeah, let's go do that. Let's get on it. And that is exactly what we want. We also want some speakers to play some music, because who the hell doesn't want some free music? I mean, come on. Enough people use Spotify. We know people like music, damn it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got time for in this episode of Planet Coaster Let's Play. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to like this and go subscribe if you're new. If you didn't, let me know what you didn't like and I'll try and fix it for next time. But as always, I'm TheBlockRoom. Check out the previous episodes if you haven't already. And cheerio.